Okay, where are the Christian leaders who have not stepped up and refused to execute stay out of church orders from the governor? So maybe
we have a pastor, and I'm just going to say I've been a part of several pastors struggling with this. How much rebellion, how much so it's tough for them. But I'm going to pass it to Chris since he is a pastor and what he's doing with that.
Well, that's a very good question, and we've had meetings in New Mexico with the clergy in New Mexico about that very thing. Our church started in January, so we were right at the beginning of all this, and we were just getting started, and then fast forward to March, no services, and in New Mexico it was 5 people. My son has 3 kids and a wife. That's 5. So we were in violation from day one. Okay, just my own family, and my first inclination. I mean, I'm a cop. I'm a rebel, and I was like, we're going to church no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay? And we're gonna do whatever we have to do, regardless of what the governor says. And so we did. Everyone else kind of slowly but surely stopped coming because they were in fear of the pandemic and fear of the virus and all that. And they kept calling me, asking me about it. I go, we're there. You can come if you want. The doors are open. But at the same time, what can you do? So what I think happened, what I see happening, we were already Facebook Live in our services anyway. And what does it say? When man means for bad, God can turn into something good.
Mm-hmm.
There were churches out there with pastors that were 60, 70 years old who don't even know what social media is.
Yeah.
Who are now streaming their services. So what they thought was gonna stop, God fixed it where it went all over.
Yeah.
More people are dying to go to church in a different way, not like that. You know, they can't wait to get there and get that social interaction with
Yes.
other Christians, other like-minded Christians, because now they can't do it. But now they want it more than anything. So I noticed just from social media alone, we used to have 50, 60 people that would tune in. Now we have 300 and 400 people tuning in every Sunday because of what the government is trying to do, is actually turn around and making things better. So I can't wait for them to lift all this stuff, because once they lift it, people are going to be just coming to the churches in droves.
Ms. Gilliam?
Her hand up down there. I'll go up there.
No, you're done.
No, you're done. Huh?
It's the final question.
Yeah.
Then we
Oh,
have to wrap
do I
it
get
up.
to, can I answer it after?
No.
Now watch out. He
I've
might
been
have a
sitting here
piece of
listening
steel.
in, Okay, for longer. And people that know me know I'm not a quiet person. I've been really quiet today. I'm gonna give their space and do that, but I need to say this, and I'm not gonna be long because I've just been saying a short sentence and going on. But this is really important because I think more than anything, we need solutions. So I wrote down something we should need. Okay, we need instead of giving money to these organizations, that the same organization been taking money for a year and lot became millionaires out of the same organizations. We need for these individuals and businesses to adopt a neighborhood instead, okay? Where the money goes directly into the neighborhood. Now, if you're working with one of these companies or that have been taking your money, you need to ask for an audit. And if you have seen that they have done nothing with your money but enrich themselves, you need to ask for a refund, and if not, you need to take them to court. Okay? Give money directly to families that have lost their loved ones. They're not saying anything at all. Okay? Accept President Trump help. Law and order in communities. That's what we're used to. People need to rise up and vote these feckless politicians out of office. So you have a politician that hasn't done anything for you for the last 60 years. They've been in charge of these neighborhoods, whatever, and your neighborhoods look like hellholes, and they've nothing but the money. Where's the money? Vote them out of office. You've got to get involved. That's right. And recall Gavin Newsom. Okay? You do need community policing. And what that looks like is this. If you're in a police community and say you have 20 officers, each police community should have a designated area that's their area. So you don't go all over the city. This is my 6 to 8 blocks I've been given. Everybody in that neighborhood gets to know you. You begin to know them, you become part of the neighborhood. There should be no resource officers in school, I believe that, okay? Parents should rise up and take responsibility for your bad children back to yourself, not police officer responsibility. Support companies that are boycotted. So Goya and places like that are being boycotted. Well, I don't believe boycotts, so instead go buy Goya out. You know, that's how you show them, by buying everything they have, okay? If you protest for BLM, you should be subject to ancestry check. That way we need to find out if you had slave owners, slave traders, if you had Confederate officers, whoever you had in your family. That's what.
Well, you know they're black because they're voting for Biden.
You can't go to school. You can't really do anything because you had those people in your ancestry that you take down statue. Because a lot of them were in that slave trade business. Okay. Now the only person you take a knee for is God. Okay. Forget about a moment of silence. We should get back to praying. Okay. Now, one thing I want to say here, support California school choice, believe that instead of taking down statues, put up more statues. And the last thing I want to say here, well, a couple things, just two. Based on the Democratic systematic racist past, shouldn't the Democratic Party be canceled? If that's what they're doing. The last thing I want to say here as far as the Tower of Babel, okay? You guys remember that story. Because you had a group of people came down and they said, listen, we're going to build a tower to God. God was just like, he even came down and looked around. He was just like, these people got one mind and one voice. Guess what? They say they build a tower of me. I don't know what heaven was, but whatever he said, I need to confuse their languages. We need to be the same way, okay? People of faith need to get together with one voice and one accord and work together. And this is what I know. If we do that, there is nothing that we can't do and turn around into society and this world. Thank you very much.
I will say this real quick. Obviously, we didn't get to 25 questions. Then we got to 5. Okay. If you had a question that Chris and I could answer or assist you with, hit us up on Facebook, Star Consulting Group. Chris and I will engage you. We'll have a great, mature conversation. We'd like to answer that. I asked Chris if we had a Facebook yet. He said we will when we get home. So hit us up on Facebook, and we'll try to help you with whatever questions that you answer.
Feel free to talk to our panelists if you have individual questions for them while the rest of us are cleaning up. And I did want to mention, it's something we had overlooked earlier. We had intended to introduce our 2 candidates that were here for state assembly for the 38th district. And Suzette has left the premises, you understand? But Lucy Volotsky is still here. And if you have any, we have 2 Republican women running against each other, which is a blessing and a curse in a way.
I'm the gut choice.
But we're for sure going to have a Republican in the state assembly representing our district, which is fascinating. So if you want to talk to Lucy, feel free to come over and grab some literature from her and so on and so forth. And I'm sorry we didn't have a chance.
And really quick, I'll be the other one. I'm also running for state assembly, but not here in Santa Clarita Valley. I'm running in the South Bay section, so I'm the other candidate, I guess you could say.
Right.
Thanks. Okay, there you go.
Excellent.
All right.
And I see Randy's got his hand up.
Can I give you a point of information?
Yes.
I think so. Unless they
The
changed it.
president was on with News Sunday with Chris Wallace this morning.
Yes.
I suggest you see it. Everything that was said on this panel was addressed under
Excellent.
antagonistic circumstances by Wallace. And the president answered them all just as we had in this room. So we're following a good leader, and we need to keep it up.
Yeah.
Gary also. Gary, you're running for.
Oh, yeah. If there's anybody in the Saugus Union School District, I'm running. It's an elementary school district that I'm running. On that, for that race. So if you know, I'd love to talk to you.
We let the teachers have firearms?
He's running against David Barloggi, guys. For those of you who know David, we gotta get him out, vote him out. And then I just wanted to say, who here has gone to lavote.net to check their voter registration?
I have.
I do it through a voter status.
Okay, if you haven't done that, in your handout for you to take home is the website. I suggest you do that now. Make sure you're registered now. Check again before November 3rd election. I was unregistered before I went to become a candidate for Central Committee. So please do check it frequently, and make sure your party's right, your name is right, your address is correct, and your voting preference as far as mail ballot or in person is also correct. If anything is not correct, then go ahead and re-register everything right online on the same site.
Also, the voter guides are out from Craig Huey, and it's got all the right things to vote for on it. Everybody should
Okay,
be
and
on.
also, there is, on the back, there's a volunteer for a campaign. It's really small, you might need your glasses. But there's all of the campaigns on here, pretty much from North LA County, from Glendale, Burbank, all the way up to Antelope Valley. For all the candidates, Lucy, Suzette, we've got Tom Lackey, Scott Wilk, Mike Garcia. They're all on there, and their contact information is there, so you can reach out. I do want to bring attention to Benina, who is here. She's with the Mike Garcia campaign. She's a volunteer coordinator, and so if you'd like to get involved in that campaign, you can reach out to her. I'd like to add, Trish.
I don't think so. Just join a Republican club, get involved, donate money, donate time. Hey, we got a job to do here. So,
And let's have a big hand for Gala for organizing all this.
thank you very much. If you can stick around a little and help us clean up the papers off the table or any of that, we would really appreciate your help. And feel free to talk to the panelists and have a blessed rest of your summer.